What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool news video where we will reveal that Liverpool are already in talks with Xabi Alonso and other candidates for signing them as Liverpool's next manager, and Xabi Alonso is the front runner for the Liverpool job, and there is a gentleman's agreement with Bayer Leverkusen for Xabi Alonso to leave this summer if he believes a top club will approach him with an important proposal. Fabrizio Romano confirmed this news, which means that basically if Real Madrid or Liverpool or a top club that Xabi Alonso wants to sign for as a manager approaches Leverkusen, then they already agreed that he can listen to their offer and they can talk. Even though the Leverkusen CEO doesn't want Xabi Alonso to leave, he's their best manager probably for the past like 20 or 30 years, and he's doing brilliantly, even though they drew 0-0 against Borussia Mönchengladbach yesterday. So they are still 2 points ahead of Bayern Munich, but they played brilliantly. They had like 28 shots, 9 shots at target, they just couldn't score, and it wasn't Xabi Alonso's fault. He set up the team brilliantly, tactically, and in this video we will talk more in detail about the process of how Liverpool will hire the next manager, the successor of Jurgen Klopp, and also what is your prediction for the Liverpool-Norwich FA Cup game. It will be a hugely emotionally charged game, the first game at Anfield in front of the Cup since Jurgen Klopp announced that he's leaving Liverpool. And also I want to thank Paul McGee and Keith Young and Dan the Man for their very generous donations, especially Paul McGee, who donated a lot. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It really truly means the world to me that you guys are supporting me this way. But there is a better way to support me. If you donate on Patreon, if you're a subscriber to a higher Patreon tier, I get like 90-95% of that donation. If you donate on YouTube, that's fine as well if it's easier for you, but I only get 70% of that donation. I'm not complaining, I just wanted to let you know, guys. My brother got some good news from my brother, from his doctor actually. He showed the first signs of waking up since he has fallen to a coma last Friday, so like 8 days ago. He moved his hand and he moves his head for the first time, and also his reflex tests came back positive. His brain wave scans came back positive as well. He still has a lung infection and he still has a little bit of a fever, and he's still on a ventilation machine, but every good news is a ray of light. Thank you so much again for wishing my brother a speedy recovery. I really appreciate your comments. And Matt Lowe of the English media, he's a very well respected journalist. He reports that Xabi Alonso and Roberto De Zerbi are the early frontrunners for the Liverpool job, but sources in Germany claim that Alonso also featured prominently on Bayern Munich's list of candidates if they decide to replace Thomas Tuchel, who would be among Manchester United's targets along with De Zerbi if Erik ten Hag is sacked. And yesterday came the bombshell that Xavi, of the Barcelona manager, announced that he's leaving Barcelona at the end of the season. So there could be Bayern Munich, Manchester United, Barcelona and Liverpool could be looking for a new manager in the summer. 4 of the biggest 8 or 7 clubs in the world. So this is going to be very interesting. But I think if Liverpool offered the job to Xabi Alonso, and I think we will, then Xabi Alonso will take it because he felt more at home at Liverpool than he did at Real Madrid. He has a very soft spot for Liverpool. And now let's talk about the actual process that Liverpool are implementing. And the reason why Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp wanted to announce that he's leaving at the end of the season is because now we can really ramp up the manager hiring process. Imagine if we started talking to Xabi Alonso and Roberto De Zerbi behind the scenes that we are trying to secure a new manager while Jurgen Klopp still haven't announced that he's leaving Liverpool. That would have leaked out to the media, and that would have been a very bad look. So I really like how Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool did this announcement. I think it was done in a very professional and very good way. And when FSG took over the club, they had a proper process which they used to find even Kenny Dalglish his successor, and in the end they hired Brendan Rodgers, which ultimately wasn't a successful hire. But you know, when Brendan Rodgers had a pretty bad season, they already started the process of finding his successor. And Jurgen Klopp era at Liverpool has been a tremendous success in almost every metric analysis. But there have been tough moments which made the Liverpool hierarchy realize that everything comes to an end, and they actually started the process of, identifying Jurgen Klopp's potential successor years ago, because that's what you need to do. You need to do a lot of research, a lot of data analysis. And Jurgen Klopp was actually very close to leaving Liverpool after the 2021 season. It wasn't just the performance on the pitch which had FSG wondering if he had lost the spark, but from Jurgen Klopp's end, the Super League situation was more severe when then we all knew he wanted to leave himself. That's what a source claims in the English media. And probably that Alisson header was the single most important reason Jurgen Klopp stayed. He took it as a sign that he had to stay and that he was still involved in a special story. And John Henry, the FSG and Liverpool owners' apology and assurance that Liverpool wouldn't be involved in the Super League stuff also helped. And then in the 21-22 season, Liverpool came so close to the quadruple. It was pretty much confirmation for Jurgen Klopp that he was right to stay. The energy, the desire of the players, the goals going all the way to the final day in the Premier League, to go to the final of the Champions League, the FA Cup and the League Cup, and winning the latter two competitions. But then the last season happened, and again there were huge warning signs on the table for Jurgen Klopp and for FSG. And Jurgen Klopp knew it. He said it as much as yesterday. He felt surprised he didn't get the sack, and knew most managers would have got the sack. If Jurgen Klopp didn't have as much credit in the bank and as many trophies in the bank, he probably would have got sacked at the end of last season. From Jurgen Klopp's perspective, the 2021 season and the 22-23 season were two strikes. Everyone knows that 3 strikes means you're out in baseball, and FSG are baseball guys. At the end of last season, FSG and Klopp both agreed to greenlight the succession planning, so to find the next manager after Jurgen Klopp, and the process which FSG used to find Brendan Rodgers and then Jurgen Klopp over a decade ago began again, but with the added benefit of the fact that Liverpool have a world-class data team now. And this is what I love. Billy Hogan has been at Liverpool for more than Jurgen Klopp. He actually came to Liverpool before Jurgen Klopp. And we also have other people who are in charge of, the management side of Liverpool. I mean, not the team management, but the overall management of the club. And the club structure is in place for a long time. This source claims that Liverpool have been planning the next era of Liverpool FC for nearly 12 months. And that's why Julian Ward left. That's why Schmadtke came in only for this transitional role to just help Jurgen Klopp manage transfers. The club chose to announce Jurgen Klopp leaving yesterday for 2 reasons. To unite the fan base for the run-in. Every game at Anfield is now a golden ticket, a chance to experience Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool. The calculation is it will provide a huge boost to Liverpool's quadruple charge. The club also are not at the beginning of the process. They are at the end of the process of finding the next manager. The shortlist has narrowed and they will begin conducting meetings with coaches. And that's what I said at the beginning of this video, that Liverpool are meeting Xabi Alonso and his representatives behind the scenes. And to prevent a leak, remember when Roberto Martinez was pictured with John Henry having coffee somewhere in America? There was a photo of them together when it wasn't even publicly announced that Liverpool are looking for a new manager. So Liverpool have now made it public now. And all these sources, you have to understand FSG work behind the scenes, Jurgen Klopp's thinking behind this move, and how long this next phase has been in the works. The names we have seen on in the English media have all been considered, assessed and evaluated by this Liverpool data analysis and data, recruitment team. And some are already at the meeting stage. So Liverpool are already sitting down with some of these managers. And I had my top 5 shortlist yesterday, but if you haven't watched yesterday's video, it's Xabi Alonso first, Roberto De Zerbi in second, Julian Nagelsmann in third, probably Zidane 4th and Luis Enrique in 5th place, but I don't think Zidane would be a good fit for Liverpool, and Luis Enrique, I'm not really sure about that. And the Leverkusen CEO said that some agreements are made not only on paper but of course in person, and if Xabi Alonso wants to leave, he will be allowed to leave at the end of the season. So it will be down to basically Xabi Alonso and his decision, and also probably how attractive Liverpool's project is to him. But I can't see how Liverpool could be not an attractive project, because Liverpool already, and Jurgen Klopp already laid down the foundations for the next great Liverpool side. We already have a brilliant team full of fantastically talented young players, very hungry for success. We recently rebuilt the attack, and then we rebuilt the midfield last summer. And next summer we will probably rebuild the defense, signing a Joao Matip replacement. You know, the other players, Van Dijk, Gomez, Konate, they still have years and years ahead of them. Van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold and Mo Salah's contract are the crucial bit. Will they stay now that Jurgen Klopp is leaving the club? Will they sign new contracts? They only have 1 year left after this season. And I think they will wait to see who the next Liverpool manager is and what kind of project they are presenting to them behind the scenes. The one thing that isn't talked about enough, and a credit to Moby on Twitter for saying this, what is FSG's strategy long term? Do they still want to own Liverpool for the next 5, 10, 15 years, or are they looking to sell the club in the next 3 or 4 years? Are they looking to move into, NBA team expansion territory? That has always been of interest to them. Are they in for the long haul, or is this just a transition period for FSG? But I think the biggest bonus for Liverpool is that any manager that comes in, no matter how talented he is, he will inherit a squad ready to win trophies, ready for success and hungry for success. This is a squad who is like 10 times better than the squad that Jurgen Klopp inherited from Brendan Rodgers. A squad with seasoned professionals, seasoned leaders, pure winners, and a lot of talent, a lot of young talent. Jurgen Klopp, of course, will leave many of these players at the top of their game, at the top of their abilities, having developed an elite mindset, which basically will carry on to next season. The new coach, of course, will have a lot of work to do, but he doesn't have to change these players too much, and he won't have to teach them how to win, because they are already winners. And hopefully we can show that again this season by winning one or hopefully multiple trophies to send Jurgen Klopp off to the sunset in style. That's what everyone wants. So this transition from Jurgen Klopp to the next manager, I think it is made a lot easier by Liverpool's recruitment strategy, and also the incredibly talented Jurgen Klopp, the genius Jurgen Klopp, who is the biggest genius of a manager, I think, in football, that he coached this team and made this team title challengers after the absolutely worst season that we had last season, apart from Jurgen Klopp's first season, but maybe even last season was worse than that, because actually we went to the Europa League final in that season. And 2 new names are also being mentioned. Ruben Amorim, who is doing a great job at Sporting. He has a lot of respectable work done at Sporting, and the way he works with young players as they come through Sporting Club de Portugal's youth academy and integrates them into the first team is something that Liverpool are also looking to do with their youth academy, and we are in the process of doing it. Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Conor Bradley, and the list goes on of young players being integrated into the first team from the youth academy. Another name that came up is Hansi Flick. He had a pretty bad spell with the German national team, but he actually did very well with Bayern Munich, won the league with Bayern, but that's not a big metric. Everyone wins the league with Bayern Munich in the last 11 years. But his style of play at Bayern Munich was actually pretty similar to how Jurgen Klopp played, or Jurgen Klopp's style of play is at Liverpool. So that's another name, another manager to consider. Let me know who would be your choice in the comments below, and thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.